All right, Coach, first opened back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Atlanta Falcons. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Watching now, Barney! Here we go now.
Now a play fake here on first down. And his first pass is incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10. On second down, Ivory. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
On third down, Brock. Underneath, Ivory. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
4 down, 4 down. Check. 4 down, 4 down.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, you got 3, you got 3. 3 down, 3 down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back to throw here. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. That one goes for 24 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Back's mine, back's mine. Kill. Turn up.
And they'll run it here. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
Hey, Mike's 50.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well.
Get him, boy.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I got him. Back's mine. I got him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Tackled by Jordan Willis.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Watch tight. Tight end right.
Over.
We got 3 down. We got to stand up over there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards there as they move the chains. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
Gun.
they'll throw here out of the gun. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
3 down. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
3 down. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Detroit! Detroit!
He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on,
one?
what does that mean, break out that just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that part. I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Leopard! Leopard! Kill!
On first down, this is Ivory. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out.
Go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. A dump off for Ivory. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Detroit! Detroit!
Here we go, let's bring it.
To throw on 3rd down. Brock. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
3-19!
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Holland. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. 15 yards through the air and a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
87's mine.
They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Holland. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Detroit! Detroit!
On third down, that's Floyd, and he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers, he's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and that will make it 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change up?
And got his man complete. A big play there for the Bengals. 44 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
This is Ivory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Number 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Check, 45.
Down right around the 25. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
I'm trying to collect.
Back to throw. Brock. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And the accuracy lacking there for Zuerlein. It's off to the right, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
Watch 18.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hut!
Hey, Mike 52.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Looking for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down.
3 down, 3 down.
He'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. First carry for their fullback. Oh, he's trying to plow ahead, but I don't think he got there. He did it. That's a safety. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. So out come the Falcons now. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you're all looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The Falcons on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
3 down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hold on.
Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood.
They'll look to throw. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
4 down. 4 down.
Now let's go. Green 39.
To throw on 2nd down. Block. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
From the gun, Brock. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And that pitch just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Tight right. Tight right.
Looking to throw. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been threes.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Watch him now, Barney.
Following the penalty, it's Ivory. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being
in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. And this defense continues to dominate. How about 2 safeties in one game here?
You don't even put that on your goal sheet. This is something that results when you're playing really well on defense, and the offense has nowhere to go with the football. Dominating performance.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Trip. Got 3. Take the edge. Go.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Fletcher Cox with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's taken to the 26. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Brock nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vic Beasley in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Atlanta now coming out on the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tempt to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Defensively, it was Avonte Maddox with a tackle.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Back now in Atlanta.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
On 2nd down, Freeman fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
52.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carl Lawson in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fielded at about the 28. Oh, shifty. Whoa. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. Might have needed just one more block. As it stands, 37-yard return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, let's go.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Brock. And he completes it to Boyd. And he gets it down to the 32. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, It's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now the Bengals on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Brock. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. Okay, so thought they might go for it here, down late. Instead, they trot out the field goal unit. This one from 48 yards away. And Zerline's kick is good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hold on.
Choose the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic.
They'll set up to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 1st and 10, Brock. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
He'll look to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his team...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
4 down, 4 down.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll give it up to Ivory. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down.
It seemed like the situation was second and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a third down.
And Zuerlein's kick is good. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And here now come the Falcons. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now back to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
A running play now for Ivory. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brock, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Now the Bengals on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
34, eyes on 34. Over. No.
From the gun, Brock. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. Whoosh. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career. And he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
We got 4. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Kill.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Undercrush.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. Oh, he shifts past him. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Rhino.
Oh, boy, I know you felt that one. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
They'll hand it off to Ferguson. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Falcons, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get another.